I'm not saying that anyone should be able to get an F or an M on their passport and just change it like that. I don't think a man with a beard just like, I should have an F on my passport. I do get that. Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Alexis Blake. If you are new here, just to give you a bit of background info, I'm a trans woman and I share my life stories and opinions on social media. So we're going to dive straight into the video. We're going to do some reacting today. I do love a good reaction. We're going to be looking at the new after effects of what's happening with the passport ban. As I said in other videos, I don't want to get too political with my content, therefore, I'm going to say therefore. So I don't want to get too political. Therefore, I want to talk about things that are happening and the after effects of what's going on, but I don't want to dive too much into politics. I don't live in America, and if you want to see that kind of content, there is plenty of people who are much more educated on it than me. But I do want to talk about like how it's affecting trans people, because I think that's interesting, and if you find that interesting, stick around. Please do enjoy. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and let's just dive straight into the video. First video is funny. I laughed. It's not a funny matter, but the way that this trans woman's talking about it at the end, it just made me smile. So I think let's start with this one.
In case you're wondering what it's like being transgender under this new administration, I just got my new passport in the mail and they changed the gender to male because of Donald Trump.
I just want to pause it for one sec. She's so beautiful, like stunning. Zaya, stunning. Beautiful. Anyway, back to the video.
In case y'all want proof, there's my picture, very cunty. And yeah, there's that big ugly M, yay! Now, mind you, all of my other documents are updated to female, and I've been fully surgically updated to female, but this is what they had to say. The sex was corrected on your passport application. The changes were made for one of the following reasons: to match our record. I had a passport when I was a kid that I used once. So basically, it doesn't matter that all of my other documents say female and that I've had my sex change surgery. If you've had a passport in the past that displays the opposite sex, then they will not honor your gender change. Now, obviously, I will be seeking legal action. My email is in my bio for any experts out there, or you can just DM me on IG. Because look, I am an adult and I have undergone my full medical transition. There is nothing about me anymore that represents male on the exterior whatsoever. The only thing that them denying to put female on my passport does is put me in danger while traveling. That's all it does. I'm in danger now. They are only doing this to scare people like me because they don't want us in public life. They want us to hide in fear and be scared of them. But trust me, I'm not going anywhere. Trans people have been here and we're staying here, and I will fight this. I'm not scared. I'm not gonna cry. I could still leave the country if I need to, but this saying male is crazy. Look at me, bitch. This is a direct violation of my rights as an American citizen under the Equal Rights Amendment. It's just a violation of my rights in general. I submitted a passport application that was intended to update my gender marker to female. That exact application is still available on the website to update your gender. Y'all will honor it. Trust. This is only the beginning, babe. Y'all done off the wrong transformer.
The ending when she said, "You've got to peed off the wrong transformer," that made me smile and laugh. Right, let's dig into it. My thoughts and opinions. As a trans man, I always say I'm open to open conversations and understand where things are coming from, and I'm struggling a little bit to understand the benefit of doing this block on trans. What, can I help you? Yes. What do you want? And you want attention, right? I'll give you a stroke. I don't understand how this is going to benefit anyone, really. It's not appropriate. Like, so when someone has transitioned and they can evidence they've medically transitioned and they've changed all their other documents, what is the negative side? Maybe I'm not looking into this far enough, but on a surface level, I don't understand the negative side. Like, medically speaking, she never said that she is a woman. She said she's a trans woman, and she said on the outside, the surgery she's had now reflects that to have the F gender marker, which I do agree with. She wasn't trying to say, I'm a woman, so I need an F on my passport. It wasn't giving that at all. It was coming from a good place. The only thing that I can see happening with this is, like she said, it's going to put trans people at risk. So for me personally, when I think about travelling the world, even though I have an F on my passport, there's certain places I would not go. And that's just because if I was found to be trans or someone clocked me, I would be put in danger and at risk. And that's not something that I want to have to worry about. So when we think about going abroad, me and Liam, we think about safe places with good laws that would somewhat protect me. But to have that M on the passport, yes, you could still travel, but it would still be kind of worrying to do that, especially to countries where being trans is illegal, for instance. You go through passport control, you've got a big M on there. I don't know what would happen. Please have a conversation in the comments below. I always read you guys' comments, but I'm struggling to see what benefit this has to anyone, to men, women, or trans men and women. Who is it benefiting? I really don't understand. In the UK, you are put on the gender register. I don't think that's the name of it. But there's a register if you're trans and you change from one gender to the other. I almost said sex then, sorry. If you change from one gender to the other, you are put on this register. My medical notes, for instance, which is super important that it states that I am biologically male, that's still on there. And I have no issue with that because it's important. So when I get older and I need tests and things, that's what should be there. And I understand that. Or if I'm taken in for emergency care, they know I'm a trans woman. I get that, but for your passport, I don't see why it needs to have a sex at birth on there. I'm struggling. Anyway, we've got another one, so we'll react to another one together. What do you want from me? You're going to say hi? Say hi. Right, okay. You go lay in your little bed. Go lay in your bed. Go on. The cat just gave me the dirtiest look ever. I will feed you your lunch soon. It's only 12:01. You can wait another 10 minutes. 3, 2, 1.
Just so we're all still on the same page, the United States of America wants me to have female on my passport now. I have an old passport that has female on it. I'm a transgender man. I transitioned from female to male, and I've updated male on my driver's license. So I moved through the world as a man, and I can't get a new passport that has male on it as of the new rules with this administration. Right out of the bat, right after inauguration, it was like, bam, Marco Rubio going full force into pulling back the ability for trans people to actually function in society. Because if I go to an airport or go anywhere, travel the world, and I look like this, it is inappropriate for me to have female on my passport. What is that saying? Do you see me as female? Do you want me to act like female through the world? Because it would equally be inappropriate for me to use the women's restroom. People also want me to use the women's restroom because they think I'm female. Look at me. Can we get on the same page? Can there be some logic and reason here? Whether you agree with me or not that I am transgender, look at me. All right.
Again, not going into the politics side of it, but going to basic human nature. We are very visual creatures, aren't we? So when we're walking down the street, we gender people without meaning to. We'll see someone walking toward. I do have a point to this, by the way. We'll see someone walking towards us, and we'll automatically assign them male or female in our head. It's an instinctual thing, and I think for women, it's a protective thing, which I do understand a little bit more now. I've transitioned and I do get that a bit more now, which I never used to have, which is a really odd thing to feel like. I used to be able to go and do anything and feel safe most of the time, whereas that's shifted now and it's just something. Anyway, sorry, I go off track. So we're very visual people now. And I think that's what we should boil this down to. Like, he was just saying, look at me. Like, look at him. There's not one thing about him that screams F. So it is inappropriate, as he said, for him to have F on his passport. Like I said earlier about safety and everything, but it just is going to confuse people. I'm struggling in this one, guys, and I'm sorry. I'm just struggling to find the reasoning as what benefit it has to anyone, other than it's just going to put trans people at risk. I'm not saying that anyone should be able to get an F or an M on the passport and just change it like that. I don't think a man with a beard just like, I should have an F on my passport. I do get that. And I will always give my opinion best possible, and I'm never going to change into being like a woke, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to have to say it, a woke trans activist. I'm never going to become that person. You're never going to see me doing that, and I'll always call out behaviour that I don't agree with and I think is wrong. But with this one case, I think if you have transitioned and you've shown that you're transitioning, I think having that gender marker on your passport is the correct thing to do. ethically and visually. Going back to what I was saying, we are very visual human beings. It just makes sense. And I think when you take all the other layered crap out of it, it's just what makes sense. I don't know how else to say it. I'd be interested to know what you guys think. If any of you disagree with me, I always encourage healthy conversation. I'm always wanting to learn and grow and develop more. With this one, for me personally, I'm struggling to see the flip side, like where it came from and why it's there. I understand there should be not barriers or hoops, but processes, medical processes and assessments that people go through to transition. I do believe that personally, that someone should have a diagnosis of gender dysphoria, and then that's how transition begins, and to go through psychological evaluation. I do appreciate that, and that's not changed. But to just block all trans people from doing this, that's where I've got a bit of an issue. Anyway, sorry if I got a little bit deeper in the end there, but I would, like I said, always be interested to read your comments below. I do read as many as I can, so thank you so much for watching. If you do enjoy this kind of video, please do... oh no, I messed it up. I was on a roll. If you do enjoy this kind of content, please do like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It really does help my channel out, and I love to see it grow, and the Alexis Blake family growing. It's amazing. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I look like I'm about to go rob a bank. Anyway, goodbye!